Probably not break the system. The only thing I'd suggest, Art, is hiding the, cancel my account link further down, like 4 or 5 steps down into the background.
Right.
And nobody can accidentally click that one. They have to really want to click that if they're going to do that.
Yeah. Have a page come up. Are you sure? And then when they click that, yes. Are you really sure?
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you 100% sure?
Do you realize you're losing your position in the loyalty bonus matrix and you can't get this back?
Exactly.
I mean, really, seriously. Come on, it's only $20. It's a couple of beers. Do you really care about $20? Really? Come on. Do you know the upside page?
It's a beer in New York.
Oh, that's true.
Go out to dinner here, man.
A beer
$20 for a glass of wine. $20 for a beer.
Well, that's because you're a Met fan instead of a Yankee fan. See, if you're a Yankee fan, you
go
can
to Yankee Stadium, brother. Yankee Stadium is a premium.
All right, I'm going to mute these lines and kick us off here. All of you that are co-hosts should be able to unmute now. And it is 9 a.m. Central Time. That's 10 a.m. East Coast time. It's too late. We need to get this show on the road. Pastor Scott, you want to blast us off here and introduce Art?
Absolutely, John. Hey, guys, welcome to our Saturday training call. I'm glad that you're taking these moments to share with us. I'm not going to keep you long because we've got the big man himself, the founder, one of the founders of our companies. Most of you know him. He's got some great things to share with us. So what I want to encourage you to do is grab a pen and paper. You're going to want to write some of these things down, and you're going to want to share these things with your team. And I want you to have them exactly from the owner's mouth. So without any further ado, Art Phelps.
Thank you, Scott Beck, and thank you, John Sinney, for putting these trainings together and everything that you guys are doing for the team. We really, really appreciate it. And I just want to take a few minutes today. I want to do a little bit of recognition because we sent an email out yesterday, and because we had a June promotion, right? It was a June promotion. We had a couple in June. And the first, one of the ones was if you sponsor 5 in your first week, we're going to pay you a 50% bump in commission. So instead of earning $10, you earn $15 on your sign up. So we had some, and then there was, if you hit 10, we'll pay you on. So it worked out to be 5 people, $25 bonus, 10 people, $50 bonus, and then 20 people, $100 bonus. So we've had some people who won that so far who have gotten back to me. We may have more, but the ones who have gotten back to us so far are, and I just want to read their names out and recognize them because they really did a great job. Joe Pizzamenti, I apologize if that didn't come out right. He had 5, so that's a $25 bonus for Joe. Marcel Mayo Mayombo, Mayombo, had 5. Good job, Marcel. Awesome. Javier Jimenez had 5. Great job, Javier. Mishai, there was no name with this, but Mishai 1012 had 7. Carrie Moe had 8. Yolanda S. Kennerly had 8. Lindsay Sewell had 10 in her first week. Kim Ward, she didn't get back to me, but I already knew she hit something. So I just took a quick look at her account. I'm not sure it was 12 or 13, but great job, Kim Ward. Gloria McDonald didn't get back to me, but I know she had, I don't know whether it was 100, 140, it's a crazy, crazy number. So great job to Gloria McDonald. She'll be getting a $100 bonus from us as well. So fantastic, fantastic job. As you also know, we have a Fast Start promotion where if you get 3 in your first week when you join, okay, if you get 3 in your first week, or you get 5 in 2 weeks, in your first 2 weeks, you're going to get the 100% check match. Now, I don't have all those names, and I apologize for that. It's just kind of yesterday was, the day before was the last day of the month and stuff. So we don't have all those people who ranked up in that. But you know who you are if you've done that. I know a lot of people have done it just based on the numbers. And I also want to recognize that Scott, because I know he's great with follow-up and probably John T, because they were partners and stuff like that. But a lot of their members are hitting that fast start bonus. You're plugging it, Scott, and I know you're following up with your people and you're making them aware of it. We have updated that link in the members area. So two things happen when someone joins. One, we send them a welcome email, and in that welcome email, there is a link that talks about the Fast Start promotion. Because you want to get 3 in your first week, right? And you want to duplicate that because your network can go like crazy if you're doing 3. I mean, get your 3 in your first week, and then help them get their 3 in their first week. And if everyone's doing that, you take that down 10 levels, guys. You can do the math yourself. Okay, 3, 9, 27, whatever. But once you start to add up your unilevel pay, and I did this the other day because I was talking with Scott, and I said, I wonder what it is. So add up your unilevel pay, okay? And you can do that because you know all the numbers. Add up your, you will be a diamond, by the way. No, I'm sorry, you will be a ambassador if you do this and way beyond. But add up your unilevel pay. Coded bonus, a little hard to figure out, but within 10 levels, it's about 40% of whatever your unilevel pay is. So your unilevel pay, times it by 40%, you'll be getting your coded bonuses on 10 levels. But of course, coded bonus goes down to 15, 20, 100 levels deep. So, but just counting the 10 levels would be about 10. And then add in the matrix thing, it's a lot of money. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I mean, if that happens, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it does happen, you're a millionaire. Okay. If it does happen, you're a millionaire. So why not promote this? The speed of the leader is the speed of the group. Let's get you going. It's going to take a little bit to set up your apps, but you got a week to get 3. Let's go get them. Right. So we want to get that culture going in the business. So our existing members, we also had a promotion in June. Whereas if existing members, people who join in March, April, February, whenever they join, right, all the kind of pre-launch guys, if you got to pro, we were going to grandfather you as a founding member and give you the 100% check match. Okay, we want you to have that. We want you to make as much money as possible in that bonus matrix that we have, and that check match could really be something special. So we've decided to extend that just a little bit more. So if you're not yet a pro, because we had some people who we got a lot of people who did it, but we had a couple who came close. They just didn't make it. So we want you to get it. So from now to July 15th, get to pro. Whenever you start it, if you're not a pro yet, get to pro, and we're going to lock you in as a founder, lock you in at the 100% check match. And so you can make as much money as possible. So if you got 3, go get 2 more. Get as many as you can, obviously, but get to 5 in the next 2 weeks. That's across the board, everyone. Okay, so there's that. And then I have one little plug that I want to put in because I see what's happening. I was looking at a page yesterday. Carlin Rhodes. Many of you know her from the Telegram group, right? Great marketer, has done really amazing things, and it's got a great following. And actually, so the names that I was reading off who won the like Lindsay Sewell and Kim Ward and Gloria McDonald, what do these guys have? And John Cini and Scott Becker, what do they have? They have a presence. Okay, they have a big list. They've been building it for years, and they have a brand. Okay, so one of the things we talk about the NXR Builder. I was looking at this page. It was Carly's NXR Builder landing page, and as I scrolled down to the bottom, I saw her photo. She's got a great photo. She's really smiling all the time and everything, and then had her contact information and all that stuff. So I was like, wow. That's what the NXR Builder does, is it helps people build their brand. Okay, so for the rest of us folks that don't have that big following, that little NXR Builder system will help you do a couple of things. One, it'll help you build your list. If you use the capture pages and you're advertising, you're going to be building a list, and a list is important because you own it forever, and you can market to those people forever. And two, it's going to build your brand. You want to separate yourself and stand out a little bit. And, sure, you got the company website, there's videos around and stuff like that. But what if it's personalized? I mean, is that worth $5 a month? To me, it is, to do that. So we'll help you build your brand, get your photo up there, get your contact information. I think you can even put if you don't want to put your phone number in, you could put a link to a Facebook page in. I think it will populate. We'll have to test that. But it's a cool little system. I mean, I know a lot of companies charge way more than that, $20, $30 a month for something like that. So you can get it here for pocket change, really. And so I would encourage you to look at that, because I can see how that is really one of the true benefits of that. And that's it for me, guys. I just wanted to kind of go over some of those things, give some, well-deserved recognition to our people who are out there pumping it and making this thing happen. July is going to be our biggest month ever. And I encourage you to just continue to share. A lot of networkers sleep out there during the July thing, summer months and stuff like that. But those who are awake and those who are promoting do phenomenally well because there's less competition out there. But also realize there's 70 million direct members in direct sales and network marketing around the world. 90% of them aren't making money. Okay, we have a solution for them. And there's whales out there. Look at the whales that have come in just this month. There's a lot more going to be coming in. Okay, it's not too late. You want to market like crazy now, because in a year from now, they're going to be, oh yeah, I heard about, oh yeah, my upline's already in that thing, and I'm so now is our opportunity to really run as fast as we can and as hard as we can, and do a nice 30-day sprint, 60-day sprint, and get as much as we can for the summit. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you, Scott. And I got to jump off. I have another thing I got to get to, but it was great spending a few minutes with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Art.
All right.
Appreciate you being on here.
It's such a blessing to have you. And guys, I want you to know, and I think everyone already amazing leader. Integrity, and I'm just super happy to be connected to Art and all the guys and gals that are coming to spend. I want to jump right into it because I don't want to keep you long. I really appreciate you spending this time with us today, but I want to talk again about mindset. I want to get in your mind exactly what we want you to focus on, because the mind will drift on you if you don't pay close attention. So I got 5 things I want to share with you. Go ahead and grab pen and paper and write these things down. I want to start with a quote from who I believe to be the greatest network marketer ever. We could have that discussion after hours one time, but it is undeniable. Dexter Yeager was a game-changing person in this industry. And I started with Amway in 1982. And one of the things Dexter had us telling people back then, 40 years ago, was if I gave you $1 million business, I've upped that to 10 million. I actually sent this text out to all of our frontliners. If I gave you a $10 million business and told you all you had to do is find 3 people to share the ownership with you, who would be the 3 people you would call? And my phone started blowing up. I started getting people that I haven't heard from in a few days saying, I've got my 3, I've got my 3. And I want you to really consider that. If somebody was going to give you a $10 million business, but you had to share the ownership with 3 people, who would be the 3 people you would call? And if you haven't already called them, here's a follow-up question. Why not? Have you gotten them on the Tuesday night or Thursday night webinar? John does a great job with the webinar. We've got great guests coming on. We explain the business to your prospects. Please utilize the tools. We've got scripts that have been put out on Saturday trainings. These scripts are converting. Use the system. The system works if you work it. So think about who those 3 people are that you want to be in business with, and let's get them in business with you. Second thing, PS3. I want you to focus on PS3, peak interest, share something with them, and get one of your upline leaders on a three-way call. I love to do qualified three-way calls. Let me tell you real quick what a qualified call is. It's somebody who's had the P and the S. I have people put me on the phone all the time. Pastor Scott, I've got Bill on the phone. Can you talk to Bill? Can you do a three-way right now? Sure. Put Bill. Bill's never heard of our company. Bill's not seen a video. Bill hasn't seen our website. Please pique their interest. We've got great 2-minute videos. We've got a great 4-minute video. Send them to the website. Share something with them. At least share your personal testimony with them, how you saved some money with Rakuten or how you saved some money with the Upside app or how you used Fetch or something about our business, and then get them on a three-way call. You may be a much better presenter than me. You may be a better closer than John. You may know more about the industry than all of us put together, but there is magic in that three-way call, that third-party validation, that extra person coming on that you introduce as a leader in the business, someone who knows what they're talking about, and tell them this, and someone who can probably answer questions if you have any questions. Make it important to your prospect and pique their interest, share something with them, and do a three-way call. I'm not going to belabor PS3, but use it. PS3 works if you work it. The third thing I want to share with you, and Art touched on it a little bit, is this 100% check match available in the Matrix. Guys, you've got to go out and get qualified for this 100% check match. I've been in businesses, in companies that had check match, and it can be a huge part of your process. We've got people on this call right now who are going to build a $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a month position. How would you like to be getting a check match? Now, the check match is on the Matrix, but that Matrix can be huge, upwards of $15,000. How would you like to get 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 check matches? You can get 100% check match on all your personal people that you sponsor just by doing a little bit of work, and that's by becoming pro. And to be a pro, you just got to get 5. John talks about the power of 5 on our calls, and we want you to work that. We want you to work that mindset. But here's some verbiage I want you to get in your mind, because in network marketing, we've got to always remember to keep it simple and keep it duplicatable. It's got to be easy, and everybody's got to be able to do it. So verbiage is important. Messaging is important. The words we choose are important. So I want you to get this in your mindset. I'm doing all these hand gestures and hand motions. I just realized John's had his face on the call the whole time. So do some hand motions for me, John. Talk with your hands a little bit so everybody will know what's going on.
We got you on there. You're in the speaker zone.
You do?
You're good. Yeah. Even though it's not changing on yours, that's Zoom. It tricks you sometimes.
Get this mindset together. Get your verbiage right, your messaging right. I want you to think about being a pro and being a pro maker. Be a pro and be a pro maker. That's all I want you to concentrate on for the next through July 15th. If you're already a pro, I want you to be a pro maker. How do you become a pro? You get 5. You get 5 people to spend $22. That's it. Well, 32. Let's call it that. Let's just take it the hardest road. $10 up front, $21.95 a month. That's $31.95. Get 5 people that will do that. You probably have 5 people that would do it without a lot of explanation. People over 40 years in this industry talk their prospects out of getting their business by explaining much. I call on them to take all over your prospect, everything. Keep it simple. Let them know it's a great company. We're just getting started. We've got fantastic leadership. We've got tools in place. We've got a industry-changing low-cost entry point. It's getting cash back on gas. Just get people in and get your 5 and then help your 5 get 5. So here's what it is. Be a pro maker. Get 5 people in, that makes you a pro. Then help, I love the way John calls it, responsible sponsoring. Be a responsible sponsor. When you get your people in, Obviously, you want to keep going and getting more people in. But when you get your people in and you're a pro, sure, you want to go get number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But make sure that you spend time with the people that you personally sponsor and help them get 5. When you get 5, you're a pro. When you help your 5 get 5, you're a pro maker. You made someone else a pro. And listen, this is how you grow a team into 50, 60, 70,000 people in your downline. We've done it before. We're doing it again here. We want you to come along and do it in your own business. I love this industry. I love it when someone tells me that I'm in business for myself, because I don't like punching a clock. I don't like being bossed around. I don't like the constraints of traditional business. I've been a serial entrepreneur my whole life. I've raised my children to be entrepreneurs. But in this industry, we get to be in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. So the last thing I'm going to tell you, the easiest way to become a pro and then become a pro maker is to find somebody with $32 and an ounce of ambition. Get that verbiage in your mindset. All you need to do is find someone with $32 and an ounce of ambition. Because I promise you this, if you can find someone who has $32 and an ounce of ambition, we can help them make all their financial dreams come true right here at Nexus Rewards. We don't have to be looking for the next company coming down the pipe. We don't have to be looking for the next big thing. I've heard people say they're looking for something while they're here. Put your blinders on and race to pro. Then tighten your blinders up and race to pro maker. Be a pro maker. And I promise you that passive residual income, it's going to change your life. It's going to do great things for you. And we are going to have a lot of fun, help a lot of people, and make a lot of money. That's all my time for today. John, back to you.
Hey, thank you so much, Scott. That is dynamite. Absolutely love it. And, everything that Scott tells us is so on target, and great reminders. We got a ton of great promotions and reminders from Art. And then Scott comes along and dumps gasoline on the fire and then douses it with his flamethrower, which I just love. So we're going to talk about using the apps. We're going to talk about our getting started checklist. So we'll go through that. I want to address a couple things here in the chat box. So if someone around the world is not, feeling like, hey, I'm going to get the whole package, I'm not going to get the whole package, so I'm not going to join because of that, that's understandable. But at the same time, it's short-sighted. It'd be nice to get the gas app in Canada, in every country in the world, but we don't have it. So that's the way it is. But Rakuten has a humongous presence worldwide, 70, 80 countries. I didn't count every single one of them, but they're all listed in the back office FAQ section. And, and they're also on the Rakuten site. So they're all on there. There are enough savings in Rakuten to justify everyone in those countries coming on board. And more importantly, for them to build a network in countries where there are a lot more. So, everybody outside the USA can be recruiting people inside the USA. It's a brilliant strategy. We don't have to tell international people to do that. They are, a lot of times smarter than we are and know what they need to do to get a humongous network going with a US-based company that will get bigger and bigger outside the USA eventually. I experienced this at a very young age. I was in my early 20s when the New Skin Company moved into, it was 1991. They moved into Taiwan and Japan and Hong Kong. And when that happened, it exploded revenue and everybody went crazy. What's fascinating is the top moneymaker in the company was outside the USA almost instantly. And he started going to work before all of that other action. He was Japanese and he started working in Hawaii. And Hawaii, he grew his business into the US and he grew it into the other Asian countries from there. So it was brilliant. And I was hearing all about it and watching all this craziness. I think he started in 90 or 91. And by 93, his income was ridiculous. And it was all because he saw the big picture. And so if you got a Canadian who sees the big picture, then they may plug in and get going pretty aggressively. So thank you for the great mindset. Getting 5 people into this, not difficult to do. If you are having challenges with that, my very first question, as Scott just talked about, how many 3-ways are you doing? If you're doing 3-way calls, here's the mindset, and I talk about this all the time. I just want to repeat it. It's so important. When you have just you and your prospect on the phone, it's you telling them, and it just sounds like, one person. When you get one other person on the phone, it seems like everybody's doing it. Just mentally, it's a psychological thing. When you have someone else on the phone with you saying the same thing, or even enhancing what you said, adding to it, saying things that you didn't think about, it almost sounds like there are 10 people on the phone. And that is the power of the 3-way call. A lot of people say, can I go and build this without talking to anybody? You can. You can bring in a lot of people yourself, but you won't get duplication. That's the challenge. And it's not like we're hoping that's the case, or we think that's the case. 30 years, Scott said he's going all the way back to Dexter, and those guys were just constantly doing 3-way calls, validation calls, conference calls, webcasts. The webcast is a much bigger 3-way call. That's what it is. So whatever it takes to get people on the call with other people, that's the name of the game. So hopefully that's helpful. I also wanted to touch on the automatic builder, or the NXR builder, the Nexus builder page. You have 2 types of pages in the builder program: capture pages and landing pages. If you're not familiar with online marketing, that's okay. You don't have to be an expert on this. And Art talked a lot about that on the call, the conference call he did last week about automatic builder. And that replay will be available soon. So you can go back and listen to that. But you can go to the auto builder section and see a little bit on that, get a little bit of an intro. But I'll make it real easy for you. A capture page is where you're trying to capture someone's information. And that would be, hey, name, email, phone number, and then click here and you get access to something, you get some info, whatever. That is good if you're talking to someone you don't know, if you've got people contacting you off of some marketing that you've done. If you're talking to your warm market, don't send them to a capture page. You already have all their info. You don't need to run through an extra step. Send them to a landing page. What's a landing page? Well, that would be where someone would go after you've captured their info. If you already captured it, you don't need to insert that extra step. Send them to a landing page, and the landing page will give them a full look at the business without having to go and enter their info. So I hope that's helpful. The landing page for NXR Builder is beautiful. That's where I send all my prospects. As soon as I started doing that, I started converting a much higher percentage. I just think the landing page 2 with the 2-minute and 44-second video that Art narrated is home run. And then at the bottom of it, and it's got all the same info that we have on our rep website, all that text and the illustrations and everything. And at the bottom of that, there is a 4-minute compensation summary video that really pulls it all together for a brand new looker at our business. So once you tie that all together for them, then they're ready for a 3-way call, a webcast, or even a webcast recording. And then there's an 11-minute follow-up video on a second landing page. Some people may want to use the 11-minute landing page as their intro. I don't recommend that. I think a 2 or 3-minute video is the perfect way to start people off. But, different strokes for different folks. So whatever works. But that is just a quick intro to the landing page and the value in the NXR builder. Are there options for a trial, 1 month, 6 months? Yeah, it's real easy. Pay your first month $5, and if you don't like it, turn it off. So there you go. There's no contracts here, so you're not locked in to, oh, I got to use this for for 12 months. We're not doing that. It's literally free, pay as you go, month by month. Just can't get any easier or more consumer friendly than that. So all of those things. Now, if you're talking about the our business, same thing. When you come on board, you pay your $22 or your $32 with a $10 startup fee. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. So I wasn't sure which you're talking about on which way you're going to build this thing. So, all right. If you have other questions, of course, put them in the chat. We're going to open this up fairly soon for Q&A, and we'll focus on what you guys want to. The last few weeks we had a set program, and we'll probably restart that, next week. But we wanted to start the month off right. We wanted to give our getting started checklist and go over that in detail. What is a new rep supposed to do? You can count on us doing that at the beginning of every month. And, we'll probably record it so you don't have to worry about, it's not, I brought a new guy in July 7th. He's got to wait until August 1st to get started right. No, we're going to record. We have this recording. We're going to put that out there, and everyone will be able to go and get your new people started right on the recording. And then, of course, we'll come back here on the first of every month to talk about any questions, tighten things up, fill any holes that may have been left off of a recording, so that everybody can get started right. Because really, it's the most important time in your business. This industry, whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, this industry loves speed, right? You can't teach speed. You got to move fast. If you want market share, you got to move fast. How did I learn this? I watched everybody on the football field blowing by me. The slow white guy who's short, who still lived on the basketball court. When you start fast, you get market share. On the football field, when you start fast and you blow by everybody else, you get a touchdown. Money loves speed. That's right. So the faster you move, the better. So you want to make sure that you are flying at lightning speed. And what does that mean specifically? Well, I'm going to talk about that. That is part of getting right, getting started right. And it is it's an important part of this whole thing. Before we start right, though, I want to touch on this info, because really, where are we going with this? Before you start, you need to have an idea of where you're going. Otherwise, we're right back into Alice in Wonderland, where, she asked the Cheshire Cat, which road should I take? And he says, where do you want to go? And she goes, I don't know. And he says, well, then any road will do. You got 3 choices, pick one, because it doesn't matter, because you don't know where you want to go. Exact same thing here. If you don't know where you want to go, what are you doing, right? For me, it's always been about a 5-figure check. That's 10K. That's 1 0, and then 3 more zeros. That's your 5 to the left of the decimal point. Now, if you're like me, if you look at a business, you want to immediately know, how do I get where I'm going? How do I get to 10 grand a month? How do I get to X amount of dollars a month? Your number might be 1,000. Your number might be 50,000 a month, whatever. It's up to you. I'm not sitting here telling you what you should be working towards. That's your job. But in traditional networking, how many downline do you normally need to get to 10 grand a month? Well, the math has always been there for 30 years, maybe more. 2,000 downline, spending $100 each every month, right? That's what we've all been taught for years and years and years. Hey, everybody's got to do $100 a month if you want to get where you want to go. So 2,000 times 100 is 200 grand. 5% of that's really the minimum. There's a lot of companies paying out a lot more than that, much higher percentage. And with bonuses and other, add-ons, fast start bonuses, all those things, and really more money on your front line, you don't need quite 2,000 people. I round up. I'm a cowboy, haha. But that is 10 grand a month right there, 5% of 200 grand. Now, I learned this at a young age because I figured out after being in my first company for about a year, I figured out, if I'm going to get to that $10,000 mark, I'm going to need about 2,000 people. And, I was running the numbers because I figured out I would probably have a lot more downline rolling than what I would have on my front line, because I was pretty lame when I started out. I could not recruit worth of, I was terrible. I didn't really have good confidence. I didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of shy. It's like everybody can change, everybody can learn. And I had to do that. But, at the time, my downline was growing way faster than anything I could do or keep up with. I was kind of like holding on for dear life, holding on to the horse by the mane and flying all over the place on that thing as it was doing, 40 miles an hour. So that's how my organization ended up. I had 2,200 people after a year and a half, 2,200 people doing average of $100 each. I had 220 grand in revenue in my 18th month. Cha-ching! There you go. And we got paid down 6 levels, and it was really hard to qualify for all those levels. And today, this is a walk in the park. Looking back, it's like this is the perfect conclusion to, here with Nexus, to what I started with. It's just fascinating. So that's where everyone is spending $100. Here, it's 1/5 of that at $22. Again, we're rounding just to make the math easy. So with Nexus, using that same math, you probably need 5 times, that's 1/5, the people spending, 1/5 of that amount to get where you want to go. So if 2,000 downline times 5 is what you would normally, 2,000 downline, what you normally need, you multiply that by 5 times the number of people doing 1/5 to spend to get to 10,000 downline, generating the same revenue, because 10,000 downline times 22 a month is 220, which I just talked about, getting that from 2,000 people. Here, you'd need 10,000 people to do that. And if you're looking at that going, 10,000, I've never even gotten 100 people in a downline. How can I get 10,000? Well, let me tell you something. If you go and you get 100 people here, you may all of a sudden very quickly have 1,000 people underneath you. And if you have 1,000 people underneath you in the next year, you could very likely have 10,000 people underneath you. You might even grow way beyond that. So you definitely want to stay focused on that. And if you are focused on getting 10,000 downline and you only get to 1,000 or 5,000, you may be still loving life. You may be still getting a great check every month. And then that may help you shift gears and go to a much bigger amount. So if you've got $22 coming in from one person and you earn $1, that's about 5%. Again, I'm rounding, other bonuses may take you a little bit higher than that, but we're just going to use $1 a month, and you can figure out right away, if you have 10,000 downline times $1 a month, boom, right? There you go. There's your 10 grand a month. But here is the key question. What's easier to build? 2,000 downline in a typical company, traditional network marketing company, or 10,000 people in Nexus? And I'm here to tell you, it's actually easier to put 10,000 people in here than it is to put 2,000 people in some lotion, potion, or pill company. True story. Because the challenge is your attrition. How many people are going to quit? How many people are going to stay in your business? And in a traditional company, you're probably going to lose half the people on your way to 2,000, which means you got to go get 4,000. And here, if you get a lower attrition amount or very little attrition, if you get most people to stay because they're making money with the membership, I mean, think about that. It's like such a no-brainer. So, I would much rather be building here where we keep so many more people, where, a lot of people will pay the $22 a month and they'll use their gas card or their, cashback card, their app on their phone, and they will get that money back, and they'll forget about the $22. They won't even care about it because they're getting way more than that back in cash back. So it totally makes it a no-brainer. I hope that makes sense to you. That's why we're going to keep people, and that's why Nexus is going to explode, whereas going and getting 4,000 people in a traditional company, it may be much, much more difficult to do that. So, right back to this whole mindset, how long to get that 2,000 downline? What's it going to take you? Is it going to take you 12 months? Is it going to take you 24 months? Again, it might take you 5 years to go and get that in place. But, if you think apples and apples, if we're comparing the same stuff, I'm reiterating a little bit of what I just talked about. It should take 5 times longer to get 10,000 downline than your timetable to go get 2,000 downline. And so that would be, instead of 6 months, it would be 2 or 3 years, 1 year, 5 years, 2 years, 10 years, if you multiply 5 times, because it's 5 times as many people. But it's really not. It's almost like you should be able to get the same numbers that you need for that 5-figure check. You should be able to get it in about half the time it takes you to get 2,000 in a typical downline, because Nexus is 10 times faster to build with our lower cost. Yes, it's true. You can personally go and get 10 times more people yourself than in a traditional networking business, because spending $22 is an instant decision. It's, should I get the popcorn and the soda at the movie theater, me and, 2 kids or the spouse? I mean, it's an instant decision where, if I'm going to go drop $2.99 for my starter pack and then, $100 a month thereafter, you probably want to discuss that with your significant other, with, some other people. And spending that money can be a major buying decision, and jumping in here with Nexus is not. It's just that easy. So I always use this analogy, if you haven't heard it on the webcast. Hey, I'm at Outback Steakhouse and I'm ordering the prime rib. It's $26. Do I need to go home and think about that for a week? Probably not, right? That wouldn't make it a very good dinner. So, and then, half the people quit after they plug in to a traditional company, again, where that's not the case with us. So hope I have helped you with your path to a 5-figure check. Now, this is the rocket launch right here, and this is where you really want to get on your Pontiac and ride. Everything that you need for success right here on this page. You want to review that back office and the videos there, and everybody really is in the back office able to get everything they need, including the NXR builder, including, a lot of the materials that we're talking about. You can go there to find out everything you need to set up your apps. I just posted yesterday a YouTube video that walks you through, this from last Saturday's training. A video, it's 20 minutes, walks you through exactly how to set up the apps. I blew up the PDF document, and I go step by step through there, where to get it in the back office. It's all on there. Should all be very straightforward. You still have all of us. If you get confused, I always tell people, if you're searching for something or trying to figure something out for more than an hour, for more than 10 minutes, you're wrong. You're doing it wrong. Stop. Call and ask for help. Usually you can call someone like Bruce or 20 other people on this call and save all that time by getting your answer in a minute or two, instead of searching, hunting, trying to figure things out. Follow the guides, but if you get tripped up, stop, make a phone call or a text. It's really easy to do, and don't waste time like that. Remember what I said, speed, the name of the game. You want to move fast here. Use your Rakuten $30 deal. Everybody should do that. Everybody should generate $30 in your pocket when you go get $30 of stuff, then you get the $30 cash back. Rakuten says right on their site, they will refund that money. They'll send you the cash back in 15 days. That's the first one. Every one after that is quarterly. So every 90 days, you're going to get a check if you do more than $20 of cash back. But you should be able to get that money back in your first month. So you got your $30 and you generated a $30 referral fee for your sponsor. That's why you got to get your app links in your back office set up right away. Rakuten is the first one there, so you don't miss out on any $30 below you on the people you bring in, right? Kind of a no-brainer. Then once you have your $30 and you go tell other people, you know, hey, I'm going to get $30 every time they go do this and duplicate. Go get the Upside app. Get that 15 cent a gallon, 25 cent a gallon, whatever it is. It varies in your area and by gas station. So that's why it says up to 25 cents. I would much rather have a concrete amount where it says this is exactly what you're getting, but everywhere's different. I mean, they're paying a lot more for gas in New York and California than they are in Oklahoma or Louisiana. That's just the way it is. So that's the variation there. But getting that gas app going is an ongoing expense. Every time someone goes to the gas station and they don't use the Upside app, if they're watching our presentation, they're like, I'm stabbing myself because I'm throwing money out the window. You want to get that gas app going right away. So between those two right there, you covered your cost to get in. Duh. I mean, you can't make it any easier than what Nexus has done for us. Register your Shopping Boss app. They say it's going to take an extra day after you register that to get it set up. So you want to make sure you get that done right away. You got the prescription app, you got the Fetch app, get all that done, all that plugged in, get your benefit hub, as Bruce referenced earlier, get that set up. And then what do? Set our goals. What rank do you want to achieve by what date? I mean, it's so important that you know what that number is, what that rank is. And you might say, hey, I want to be star 100, have 100 people underneath me by the end of the year. That would be great. Okay, you want to do that by the end of the year? Awesome. I just threw that out there because, it's 6 months from now. If you want to, say the middle of next year, whatever, I'm just throwing, stuff out. Just you kick it around. You may set a goal and you may say, hey, that's way too difficult. I'm going to need to give myself another 6 months. Or, hey, that's too slow. I just blew by that. I did that last year, another company where Scott and I put 20,000 people in 8 months. After 2 months, we set our goals too low. It was ridiculous. I mean, we were talking about having 1,000 by, such and such a date. I think it was like 6 months. And then we hit that in 2 months and we said, okay, we got to set 10,000. And then we blew by that. So that's what you want to do. Make that list of 1,000 names. Now, this is one of the biggest sticking points where everybody does two major malfunctions at this step right here. Number one, you play God and you start deciding for other people if they need to hear about this. Don't do that. You never know who's going to want this. You never know who's going to get excited about it. I got people who are set financially who don't need this business, who are jumping all over this. Why would they do that? That's called a clue where I come from. So get that list with everybody on it. Don't cancel out people and then share the info. I'm telling you how to share it in a minute. But that whole process right there, when you start canceling people out, it costs you money. The second part of this where people make a tragic mistake, number one, they play God. Number two, they think in their head, I don't know 1,000 names. I hear people do that every single day with me. It's incredible. Now, when I say every single day, I'm almost not exaggerating. It's not every day. It's like 2-3 times a week. I encounter people who say, I don't know that many names. Right away, they start backpedaling and selling themselves short. And it's kind of a head scratcher to me. I don't know why people do that. It's almost like they feel like they need to excuse themselves. Hey, I'm not going to be able to build this very big because I don't know 1,000 people. It's almost like they instantly default to excuse mode instead of attack mode and like, wow, there are 50,000 people in my neighborhood I need to go and talk to. I mean, when I say my neighborhood, I mean my metro area within a 30-minute drive. 95% of the people on this call in this country are within a half an hour of 50,000 people. And most people actually are within half an hour of like millions of people, but I'm keeping it clean and simple and small. But 1,000 names, it's like, you should be thinking about how can I go and have 1,000 people see my marketing every day or every week. And when you start thinking like that, then you're ruined. Then you're crazy like I am. But we start off small with 1,000 names. and you're going to expose those 1,000 names in the next week. Okay, well, I'm still back to, I don't have 1,000 names. All right, well, here you go. How many friends do you have on Facebook? I'm not on Facebook. Okay, then we'll not talk about that for you. But for everybody else, we all know you got hundreds of names in Facebook. Now, it might be 600. It might be 2,000. It might be 100. Whatever. I remember when I put my mom on Facebook. Hi, Mom. And she said, I'm not a techie. I don't know how to use it. I don't know anyone else on Facebook. I mean, it was just like the long list of all the reasons why she wasn't getting on Facebook. And I made it real easy for my mom. Okay. And I'll make it easy for you. I said, Mom, if you want to see baby pictures, then you got to get on Facebook. Boom, right there. She was on Facebook, just like that. It was great. It works like a charm with everybody. If you want to see baby pictures, get on Facebook. I'm telling you, if you want to make money in network marketing, you need to be on Facebook. You need to be a networker. Oh, okay. So that's what we're talking about here. I hope that helps. I'll solve anybody's Facebook inhibition right there. Get on Facebook. You can get on LinkedIn if you want to go there instead. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not partial to any one of these. Facebook just is like the universal stopping point for 2 billion out of the 7 billion people on the planet. So, and you know, half of those people are in countries where their government's oppressive and won't even let them get on Facebook. So that means just most people in an open society are on Facebook. Get on Facebook and start adding friends. And you need to add 10 a day, 5 a day. You can't really do much more than that without Facebook looking at you and, you know, getting all mean and nasty. So take your time, build up your list, contact list, everybody that you went to school with, everybody that you know from work, everybody, blah, blah, blah. Build up your contacts on there. That's how you get to thousands of names on Facebook. I didn't get to thousands of names on Facebook by just sitting there and trying to look pretty. We know that's not the case. But some of you can do that. Whatever it takes, get hundreds of names, get thousands of names on Facebook. Number one, you don't even have to do that though. That's just my fun little way of getting people into the whole networking mode and the mindset. But the reality is, how many names do you have in your Google contacts or your Apple contacts, you know, whatever you're using? I don't want to cut anybody out here. But in my Google contacts, I have 8,000 names. Okay. And it's backed up in the cloud and it's backed up on my laptop. That is my bread and butter. And that's your bread and butter too, whether you know it or not. You got 500 cell phone contacts. Now, some of them may duplicate into your Facebook contacts, whatever. You still have a lot of cell phone contacts that are not in your Facebook and vice versa. Sift through and get about 1,000 names from that. You can probably tell that's my serving suggestion right there. Everybody should have. Now, a lot of people say, you know, well, I don't really keep the names of my cell contacts. Then you're not a networker. Okay. If you look at my desk, I'm not going to show you the disaster that I have on my desk, but that's business cards collected pretty much in the last 6 months. So, and they're all sitting right here, and I got to call them all. I never get to all of them. I really don't even have time for any of them. But collecting business cards is your middle name if you're a networker. All right, I can do this all day. Captain America, I can do this all day. And then 500 people who emailed you in the last couple of years. What is that? Anybody that emailed you is selling you something. Flip it, right? Put it right back on them. Sell them something. And I promise you, you got a lot more than 500 people that have emailed you in the last year. It's really probably more like, you know, thousands of people that emailed you in the last year. Do I need to keep going? Your homeowners association directory, your high school booster club and, you know, alumni directory and on and on and on, your wedding list. I mean, my gosh, I'm giving you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lists of hundreds of people. So you can go on and on and on. All of that stuff is available to everybody. It's just a matter of if you use it. That's the key. And if you don't believe in what you're selling, then you're going to start playing God and editing your list and talking about, oh, I'm not going to call them. Biggest mistake you can make, call everybody, expose everybody. You know, when Coca-Cola runs an ad on TV, they don't say, hey, we're only going to run this for these people. Well, they might actually do that these days, but anyway, I'm not going to get political here. But when they run an ad on TV, everybody sees it. Have a Coke and a Smile. It's on the bus rolling down the street. It's in the movie theater. It's everywhere, right? That is how you want to be with your Nexus business. I mean, why wouldn't you share this information with everybody? Even a guy I know who's made millions of dollars loves saving $4 a fill up on the Upside app. It's amazing to me. It's psychology and it's amazing. Get it. And remember, even if they don't use the apps, they may still want to help other people who are struggling, who need money, because they have a good heart. That's probably usually how people get a lot of money, is they help a lot of other people and they say, hey, this can help a lot of other people, right? It's awesome. So go text 50 people in your first day, in your first 24 hours, or in your first week, whatever. I texted 42 people yesterday. And the day before that, I texted 40 some people. It was a little bit more than that. So go hit 50 people, definitely in your first week, but really, in your first 24 hours, you should be able to do that. It'll take you an hour, maybe 2 hours to text 50 people. Every single person on this call today, when you hang up the phone, you've got another 10, 12 hours in your day. Dedicate 1 or 2 of them to texting 50 people and watch what happens. You may have no response. You may have a bunch of people saying, what in the world are you doing? Tell me more. Or they may even better, go to your site and sign up. Well, what am I going to text them? That's coming up next slide. But I have here, get 1,000 names, text 50 in the first day, and then go get the next 950 as soon as possible. Do 50 a day times, 20 days, you're done with your 1,000, whatever. But massive action definitely equals massive success. All right. Get 3 people in and you're in profit. 3 premium paid members, right? At $22 each, you make $10. 10 times 3 is 30. You just covered your $22 a month. There you go. Pretty easy to do. Now we want you to go get 5, and then we want to help you want your 5 to go get 5. So we want to help that happen. That's Pro 25 right there. Pro is 5. Pro 25 is 25 under, total under you. And so if you get 5 and they each go duplicate and get 5, you're at Pro 25. Now, the way it's supposed to work is you get 5 in your first month, really in your first week. But then your 5 go get their 5. You have 25. If they do that in their first week, you'd be Pro 25 in 2 weeks. Or you could be Pro 25 if you're super fast, like some of the people on here, like Lindsay and Kim and, several others, Lorette. I'm leaving a lot of people off, sorry. Just from my team, I'm just throwing names out there, but they did that in a few days. So you go get 5 people in one day. That's what Scott and I did. We got 10 in our first day. It wasn't even optional. It's like we're putting 10 people in today, and then we're getting, our Pro 50 done like this week. And then we want to get 1 star done, and then we're racing to ambassador 5,000. That's what we're doing. So you want to get that done. If you get 5 in your first month and then they duplicate in the second month, you should be Pro 25. So if you're in here longer than a couple of months and you're not Pro 25, we're going to say, put your foot on the gas and start moving faster. Because remember what I said, this business loves speed. All right. So a team of 50 to 100 people usually grows at the rate of the growth of the company. How do I know that? Done it before. Okay. That's your target. Again, star 1 is where you start getting all the money that's not collected by your downline because they didn't get their 5. That rolls up to you. That's where you start getting that extra bonus money because other people didn't do their job. So you want to be at that 1-star rank. That's also where your team starts to grow at the rate of growth of the company. And, you dump gasoline on that fire by leading by example, by going and getting your own width. The wider you go, you heard all the people that Art talked about at the beginning of this call who had ranked up. Well, that's just part of your job to go rank up and set the pace for everybody in your organization. Now, here's my text. It's real simple. You can copy it. You can change it. You can do whatever you want. This is very, very basic. A few months ago, a 2-decade-old company launched a new cashback program, and a couple thousand people joined right away. We have many thousands of people that are in now, but you can still be one of the first people to join right now. And at $22 a month, that's all you got to pay. And that pays out $10 a month to the sponsor. So yeah, you're getting 45% of anyone's $22 a month every month. And I explain that to them. I put it in the text and they can read it. And then that's $10 a month. That's not a $10 one-time payment. Our June promo pays an extra 50% on 20 signups. That just ended. So I got to yank that from my little script here. And then the average member, but you have the other incentive to go get the 100% check match. And then the average member saves $100 a week, maybe $100 a month if they're lazy, on money that they're already spending: gas, groceries, prescriptions, big brand stores, all that stuff across the country and up into Canada and maybe into Mexico. Rakuten is down in Mexico. We have our Nexus Benefit Hub, and that's in 15 countries. It's affordable business for everyone. It's already open worldwide. Get on this call right here. And if you haven't heard it yourself, you haven't done your job yet, get on that call. And then if you want more, check out mynexusrewards.com/your username. Watch the 3-minute video on there. And once you've done that, you should be totally geeked out of your mind. And then you're ready for a webcast, 3-way, whatever, get your questions answered and get moving. Now, we always get 2 different responses to these texts. And I'll have people on here saying, what, you're texting people? You're not calling them? Is that going to work? You know, skepticism, that's fine. And here's the fear that people have. So, you know, I just take all the fears and go, here, have them all. And then we talk about them and we make them not a fear anymore, right? FEAR, false expectations appearing real, and face that fear till you can't fear no more. So I can't believe this is what people have responded to me. I had a 7-figure earner say to me, I can't, but what? I can't. She literally was like, with the surprise face, I can't believe you just texted me out of the blue. You didn't even call me? I mean, and she didn't say I was rude, but she was like, really? Is that how you're going to approach me with this? And I said, sorry if you're offended, but this is working so well for me that, yeah, that's what you get, a text. Now, if you want to get on the phone and catch up and talk for an hour, we could do that, but it would cost me money. She laughed and she said, what kind of results are you getting? Whoop! That was an immediate 180 right there. Boom. And it was because I wasn't backing off of what I'm doing. It's working right there. Right? Good friend of mine wrote a book, Shut Up and Text. That's called a clue right there. And he's made 7 figures in the industry. So we recommend it. And then, you know, the other flip side of this is you've been in here for a month and you're just now telling me about this. I can't believe you took that long to get to me. Get to everybody that you know as fast as possible so that they're not saying that to you, pointing the camera, because you want to get to them ASAP, and then everybody has a chance to get in on this without missing out. All right, enough of that. I can talk about this all day. These are results. You know, I sent my script right there, just like you just saw on the previous screen. That's my text, and then, you know, here's the response. John, if this is run right, it could be a gold mine. And then he wanted to know, you know, who owns the company and all that. So there you go. You know, the gold mine, I blew this up just so you could see a little bit bigger. Sorry about that. I never know how big a screen you're on, and if you have the ability, you know how to zoom in and out of the Zoom. But, you know, this is common. I have so many texts. I could give you 20 different responses. I had someone respond to me yesterday, and she said, I'm really interested in this. So, you know, it's like, I have your attention. Yay. Thanks. I really like what I've heard so far. People need relief, and praying this program will provide some of that relief for them. I mean, that's what he was saying. So great responses. I just love how people respond. Again, some people are like, what a jerk. I can't believe he didn't even call me. Whatever. You know, when I have people calling me back, life is beautiful. And that's what you want. You want to create that environment. How much time does it take to send 10 tests in a day? I mean, this is why everybody should definitely do 50 texts in 5 days. I mean, it takes 15 minutes. And that's really pushing it. That includes the time it might take you to figure out what 10 lucky people you're going to bless with your text first. How long would it take to call all 10? Well, there's no way you're getting on the phone with someone you haven't talked to in a year and getting off in less than half an hour. Just not possible. So if you called 10 people, if you even talked to 3 or 4 of them, you know, there's 2 or 3 hours right there. So, you know, all that stuff is just costing you money. So we say text them, and then if they want to catch up after they're signed up, then you can do that. You know, it's up to you how much time, how much catch up you want to do and all that. But if you do 10 texts a day and you just do that for 30 days, that's 300 a month, 3 months, you got about 1,000 done. There you go. You're through your entire list with only 10 texts a day. Now, if you look at that and go, well, gee whiz, 15 minutes, I can definitely do 10 texts in 5 minutes, and I can do 100 texts in an hour or 30 minutes. Great. There you go. Now, I just gave you your action plan to get through your list of 1,000 in 10 days instead of a month, 2 months, 3 months. All right. So if you can contact 1,000 people via text, how many will actually look at it? Now we're getting into what I love is, you know, getting to the bottom line. How many results am I going to get from hitting, 100 people, 10 people, 1,000 people? If you get 10% of people to look, how many will actually join? Out of 1,000, if you get 100 to look, how many will join? We like to say 20%. That might be a little bit strong for somebody who's a brand new networker. Maybe not. You know, I always tell people, remember, I'm not the message, I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the piano player, right? I'm just sharing information with you. And if you judge it on the message, which is in the text and the videos and the website, and then in the webcast and the 3-way, you're probably going to love what we have here. Even if you don't want to go recruit, you can still get a lot of people in. It's just not that hard to do. So you think about it, going and getting 20 people in the next week or two, or in the next month or two, how many people have you brought? How many companies have you brought 20 people in? Most of you are going to say 0, and that's okay. But that's how you crank this thing out, and then you're off to the races. All right, I'm going to stop right there. You got all the goodies that you need for understanding our method of operation. Hopefully that helps everybody. As you go through this little system and you review our other systems that we did in previous trainings and you put it all together, all of it shows everything you need to blow this thing out. Scott, you've been real quiet. You haven't interrupted me one time. I'm a little insulted. But if you have anything that you want to add, because you've got the unmute button, don't you? Nope.
Yeah, you can unmute. He could unmute if he wants to.
I can now. He had me on mute. I had to dial back in because my phone connection lost. But fantastic call.
Okay.
We still got almost everyone on the call today. John does such a fantastic job of training. But I want to say something in response to some of the chat that I'm seeing. I love the comments, love the responses, and please understand this, especially some of you guys that are new to our industry. No one knows it all, and no one will ever know it all. And here's the good news. You don't have to know it all to get started. I've been using this expression for a long time. I grew up in pool halls playing pool, and every great pool player will tell you the same thing. If you study too long, you'll hit it wrong. Sure, I know you want to know all the information. You want to learn. Do that in your quiet time. Do that when you've got some extra time. But when you get in front of someone, please keep it very simple. Use the tools, send them to the website, send them to the video, get them on a 3-way call. Pique their interest, share something, get them on a 3-way call. There's plenty of time to explain everything as we learn more and more about the industry. And you might be thinking, oh, Scott, that's just not my personality. I have to know everything there is before I feel comfortable sharing it. I get that. We're all different. But if you try to learn everything, you're going to bore people to sleep as you talk to them. I told you earlier in the mindset portion of today's call, I've seen so many people talk their prospects out of engaging in their business by talking too long. Keep it simple. Keep it duplicatable. We have a fantastic system here, and it can work. I appreciate everybody being on the call. Never forget, facts tell, but stories sell. We're giving you a lot of facts. We're giving you a lot of information. But what you need to do is you need to become a pro and become a pro. Be a pro maker. That's what you need to focus on. Go find 5 people that you can get in business with you. Help those 5 get 5. We're going to learn more. Listen, we've got new apps coming. We are going to be, for the entire world, the connections hub for people that want to find, where can I find all the best cash saving apps on the planet? We're going to put them right here. We're adding more value to our premium membership benefit. In the next few weeks, we're going to have several big things coming out. I don't think we need much more value for $22 a month, but it's coming. And you're in the right place at the right time. Get some prospects on the call Tuesday night. Let John take them through the webinar. Get some people in front of your upline leaders. Sponsors, be responsible. Help the people in your line. When you don't know the answer, reach up higher to your upline. We've got great systems in place. They're getting better every day. Great tools in place, getting better every day. There's a reason why we're growing at the rate we're growing. We've got what people want. And times are tough out there. People are struggling for money. And we've got a simple, low cost opportunity where they can come in, get involved, and let us help them grow their business to, as John said, whatever type of income they want. That's what I love about Nexus Rewards. You can come in, save a few dollars on a couple different things. You could come in, make a nice little side hustle income, or you could come in here and make a phenomenal we're going to have 7-figure earners in this company. And you can be, I love that, Bruce. Stay excited, brother. You're going to be one of them. We've got people that are already on this call right now, 7-figure. Bruce is about it. 7-figure earners in this industry, and we're going to make that money here. You might think, Scott, I don't want to make $200,000 a month. Okay, as John said, that's up to you. But Bruce said, give it to him. But whatever you want to accomplish, like I said, if you find somebody with $32 and an ounce of ambition, you plug them into our system, and I will help them make all their financial dreams come true. I'd love to open it up. If anybody's got a question, I love team talk.
Before we
have a
do,
little team talk time. Are you ready for that, John?
let me just give you one other thing. I was going to talk about it and I forgot it. I had no idea how to use the Fetch app until yesterday. True story. And it's like, how do you eat an elephant? Because we got 4,000 apps and 8 million ways to save money. And all I heard about, for the entire first month we're in here was Bruce Nelkin had like 80,000 points on Fetch. I didn't even know what that meant. Obviously, if you were on the Thursday call, we put dollars to that. But just to give you an idea, I went through Fetch. And by the way, my phone says I'm #1 in Fetch on all the receipts I put in yesterday. You only got 2 weeks to put in normal receipts. You have 30 days on Amazon receipts. Sweet. What is that number, Bruce? Put that up there. Oh, it changed on you. Flip it around and get it back to where you were. Because I saw you had a number of points.
Well,
there.
I was up at around 147,000, but I cashed some in. So as of right now, I have 100,944 points.
Can you show that again? We might be able to see it on there. That's
Maybe
just crazy.
If I can hold it in the right place. You tell me.
There it is. 100,000 points.
Great job,
Crazy.
Bruce.
All right. We got it. That's awesome. I'm gonna do a screenshot of that off of the video,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna put it on the slide, and then everyone's gonna
make
go,
it
"Oh
for
my
you.
gosh!"
I'll just
John,
email you
even
a
better.
copy. I can screenshot from my
Email
phone
me a
and email it.
screenshot. I got another screenshot for Tuesday. It's so fun. But check this out. Here's my receipts that I scanned. I did all of this yesterday in like less than 5 minutes because we do keep our receipts on a stack on the desk. Now that's getting blurry. Back it up just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So what does that say? 6,000?
6,000 points for referring people.
There you go. Yeah. And I
don't
got
even
a
know who these
4,000 one.
people are.
Yeah. Everybody's going to get a different number, but the more you use it, the more they're going to reward you. So let me just show you the stack of receipts just to give you an idea, because people were asking, can I use that receipt? Walmart, that was one. HEB is a grocery store, big one down here in Texas. Chiropractor, haircut. What is this? Sam Moon, never even heard of it. That would be the wife. Car wash. I don't even know what the heck this is. Oh, gas station. Double dip, triple dip. This is Domino's. Got to have Domino's. This was deli we ate lunch at. Another gas fill up. Hallmark. All of that, right? We had a couple birthdays. All of that right there got me 4,000. I don't even know what my number is. 4,700 points, something crazy. And you only need 10,000 to get a $10 Amazon gift card. Now for Bruce, he's got, what is that? A $50 or a $100 Amazon gift card with all that there. I can't do the math. Obviously, 100,000 points. That's $10 times 10. So there's $100 from Amazon he's going to get. Now, Bruce, can you download all that into your bank, or does it have to go on a gift card?
You can, but I'd rather get gift cards, because if
Why is that?
I get a Visa card, then I can just use it at the supermarket, or I can pay down my credit cards with a Visa gift card. And unfortunately, I have a ridiculous amount of debt on credit cards. So that's, I can't get,
no one else on this call does.
now, I'm sure nobody has my situation because they haven't been bitten by a snake lately. But still, anyway, yeah, you can. I can't use an Amazon card or a Target card to pay off my current debt, but a Visa gift card I can. That's why
Makes
I
sense.
stopped that way. You could also get
Great.
it sent to PayPal, but then you have to transfer it from PayPal to your bank account, and there's fees along the way. I much rather just get the Visa card directly and throw it over on one of my other credit cards.
Love it. Yeah, and I love having a little bit of money there in Amazon. I go to order something, and then, you know, instead of it costing $30, it's like, you know, $10, and that's fun. So
Right.
lots of ways you can do this. Everybody, you get it. I hope that Fetch is for scanning all your receipts. That's after you get cash back from Rakuten or cash back from Upside. You know, our first month, pretty much all Scott and I talked about was Upside. And then I saw an opportunity yesterday after hearing Bruce Fetch. I said, hey, here's my opportunity to beat Bruce. So yesterday I went July 1st, scanned all my receipts, and I'm ahead of Bruce for one day. I'm just kidding.
That's all
But
right.
make it fun.
I'll race you every day.
No, you'll trash me, no question. But this is, again, one of the ways you can make this fun, get a little competition going with the group. You know, hey, how many Fetch points do you have? By the way, they're offering, like he just showed, 6,000 referral points. There's a lot of different referral things that you can get from each company. They kind of do them individually. So it's not like a set thing company-wide, same number for everybody. Upside was offering me $7 per referral. And, you know, I went and I put in 20 people, whatever. And then all of a sudden you multiply, if they all turn on the app, I don't even know. But $7 times 20 people, that's a lot of dough. So go and use one app, get excited about it. I recommend everybody do the $30 Rakuten right away and get the gas app going, because everybody fills up every week, and get that money in your pocket. Then you can go and get Fetch. You got 2 weeks. I showed you this stack right here. I initially thought I had 30 days. You want to see the 30-day stack? Painful. I didn't get all of these in because I was too focused on racing to star 1 or 1 star, whatever it's called. I don't even know the ranks here. We're just ranking up. I don't care. So, you know, you focus on whatever is most important first, then you can go and figure all this other stuff out. My next stop is to really know Rakuten well. That'll be, you know, my next July. I'll learn that app, get that done. And then the next one after that is, I think, Benefit Hub. I mean, there's tons of money there. Get the car insurance testimonial. You guys have heard, you know, Aunt Sally talking about that every week. That's just huge. And then after that, it's the next thing to focus on may be shopping boss, or it may be prescription drugs. You know, I'm just putting them in the order that made sense to me. The only reason I did the fetch was because it seemed like it would take no time at all to go click, click, click. I mean, you literally use your cell, take a picture of the receipt. I thought it was going to be all like the receipt had to be exactly in the borders and you had to be real close up to it. No, it's like you could be 2 feet away from that thing and it's almost just like perfectly reading everything. It even gives you the green lights as it gets the store name, the total spent, and the date. It's got to get all three of those things. And then like on one of these things, the store name was on the back of the receipt. And I was like, oh no, this is going to be a pain in the butt. All I did was flip over. So the store name was not on the front of this receipt. And I didn't even know what to do. I just turned it over and I took a picture of the back that says Sam Moon on the back. And the dang fetch app goes, check. And it was like, that was good enough. And so I don't know. It's just amazing to me. I look at how well this app works, and it way exceeded expectations on how good it was. So, you know, I went through all of that, and I was just a totally satisfied customer. What's that?
A quick point on that. If you have a really long receipt, you take multiple pictures of it before you or scans with it before you submit it. So if it's on the back, you just flip it over. It's the same thing. It's just taking multiple long pictures, and you don't have any time limit. If it takes you half an hour, it won't. It'll take you 30 seconds or a minute or two. You get a really long one, and so you can get every side and every angle, and it'll come up if it can't read the name of the place and ask you to type in and confirm, is this the store? And
there you
that's
go.
all you have to do. And
I love it.
And so
this was
really intuitive and intelligent enough.
It really is. This is my grocery store receipt. You see how long that is, right. And it all fit. I was worried. That was another thing. I was worried it was going to be too tiny because the photo, you know, I had to, you know, move up in order to squeeze the whole thing in. Here, this is Domino's. I mean, gee whiz, how long a receipt?
You don't have one from CVS, do you?
No, I'm allergic to CVS.
They're famous for their 5 foot long receipts.
Yeah, they're awesome. That's another one. Yeah, and you get a lot of coupons or offers or surveys, and all of a sudden your receipt is 10 miles long. But
you don't need
when you
to
take